sure out here. I mean, there's a few in here, but that's all weeds in there. Good, how are you?
Good. You guys spoke with me about doing the lawn.
Yeah, I'm Brian.
Hi, Brian. I'm Aaron.
Aaron, nice to meet you.
Too.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Good. See some of your videos. We're doing a bunch of internal stuff too in the house right now. We're fixing the upstairs. He's turning them into like a studio or something like that.
Okay. Hey everybody, this is Brian with Top Notch Lawn Care, back with another overgrown lawn video. This one here, just like all the rest, we were driving around the neighborhood. We seen the grass was getting a little tall, so we knocked on the front door and asked him if he could use some help. And he was very happy that we did. And he didn't tell us this beforehand, but after we got done, we were saying goodbye. He told us that they were renovating the house on the inside, and I think they're on some kind of a deadline or something. But he said that they literally prayed on whether to start on the inside or start on the outside. And God had told them to just go ahead and do the inside, and the outside would take care of itself. And he said it wasn't an hour later we knocked on his door and offered free lawn care. So I thought that was pretty cool. I've always known that God works in mysterious ways, and I believe this is one of the ways that he does it. So with that said, we got over here, we got started. We actually got this job done in one day. The backyard, we were going to do the backyard, but it wasn't that bad, and they had a lot of stuff back there from the renovations. They had paint and all that, and they were kind of working back there, so we didn't want to disrupt that. But anyway, the front yard was pretty thick. I mean, it's all just kind of wet and weeds, but some of it was a foot or two high in some spots. And you're going to notice in the video that in the very front yard on the left side of the house, that I kind of had to mow around this area. There was like a big hole, like a dip in the yard. So what we did is we took all that dirt that was on the curb line and just all around the property, and we kind of filled in that dirt, or that hole. So I know I say this a lot, but the before and afters are really good on this one. I think it was the lighting or something. The sun came out in the afternoon. It was actually a really nice day. But the before and afters are really, really good. So the best way to support our channel is just to watch the video and comment and like it and share it and do all that stuff. And subscribe to our channel if you're not already. We would love to have you. And every Thursday at noon we post new videos. I hope you guys like this one. Thank you. out here, I mean, there's a few in here, but that's all weeds in there. You want me to leave that alone, or you want me to trim it?
No, please trim it down.
Okay.
With that being said, so what does that do? That's just all of it, right? Except like those are her little pretty flowers, but
Yeah. But I'm just saying there's a few of these over here that I can't really go around.
Okay.
But they'll come back.
Cool. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Use your best judgment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to do anything because she had mentioned that she didn't want us to cut them down either.
Yeah.
So.
But, I mean, what you've left so far looks wonderful. Like that's great.
Yeah. I think
great.
this stuff turned out good. So.
Yes, it did.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and weed eat that. I'll try to get around here a little bit.
Yeah. And if whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
You know what? It's all good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
that dog in. So earlier the dog came out and I was like, hey buddy. And they were like, yeah, his name is Buddy.